Rightio, I've moved that mini coil, cable tied it to the column for now. At least I don't have to keep moving it, it should work okay. All things being good. So just a matter of fiddling around with it as I go and it should get it right. So I've sent it up here. And I'll just mill straight down, then I'll open the gap up to the 11 point. I'm going to go 11.6 mil wide this gap will be. So hopefully I can pull that off and put it in the centre, and that'll make it a very good result. Just pulled up for a little bit, just a fair bit of winding there, just give the arm a bit of a spell, but it's certainly going very well. That little mini cool thing's working very well actually. So I've just got the bottle cable tied to the side of the mill here, and that's just cable tied up there. Need a smaller hose. It's a little bloody thin hose to take the weight off it would be better, but that's what I got to work with at the moment, and so far so good. Alright, just have a bit of a spell here for a moment and do some measurements, see how much more in the depth we have, but that tool is stone cold. Yeah, fantastic. Okay, we've got this slot down to depth now. I've re-measured everything, double checked myself. I've determined how much I've got to come over each side, which I converted that back to imperial and used a dial indicator on the edge of the bed and adjusted it over. I had to come over 31 thou, so I'll cut this down to the base or full depth, and then I'll shift over 62 thou, and that'll give me enough, that'll give me the right clearance, yeah, the right measurement to cut this side here. So I can understand all that, you're doing better than me. Anyway, I'll get cracking on this. Okay, I am down to the last. I did set a depth stop on the quill here before, but it's pretty wild depth stop, this thing. Don't think it's very accurate. Anyway, I'm down to the final cut. on this side here. So I hope everything turns out right here. Okie dokie. Okay, now I can shift the table over 62 thou. So I need to go across. Back this way is 50, 61. Right. Sanity check. Fits in there. Wonderful. Get going, eh? I got it to fit nice and neat. It's a beautiful fit. There's next to no play. It's absolutely perfect. I dare say it's one of the best fits I've ever done, if you want to call it that. Very, very nice. I'll take this out now and deburr it. And the young fella's just come back from his first day back at school. Just coronavirus, they're back 1 day a week. So I better go and see the big fella. Or the little fella, whichever you want to call him. That's all we got to have so far. Oops. Really, really happy with that fit. Really stoked. Now, you can see a little cross there. Right about there, I've got to drill that now and drill and ream a 4mm hole to put the retainer pin in. So I'll do that next, and then I've got a mark right there. Where I've got to drill and tap a hole to put a screw in there to be able to push this forward. I've located the hole here, so I'm going to spot drill it, then I'll change over collets. I'm going to 3.5mm drill through it, and then I'll ram it to 4mm. This is what we have up to date. Pin that slide through, but there we go. Runs up there beautifully. Very, very happy. So just got to get this end cap now, drill it and tap it for a 6mm thread. Then I might make instead of just using a shop bought cap head bolt, I might make something, I think. So made the rest of those, I'll make that. But that'll go in the back there and that'll work just fine and dandy.
I would have used a collet, but I don't have a collet to do a 5mm drill. To do 5mm, so I have to go back to the chap. Okay, I'm going to start the drill up, start the machine up, and then stop it and just get this started in there. So hopefully it works. I am going to power tap this all the way through. We'll push their boundaries and have a go.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Okay, let's catch up a little bit. I machined this up. I've done it twice out of stainless, and I had trouble with the thread because I didn't have a center and there was that much deflection. It was just kept pushing it out of the way. So I decided just to make it out of another little 10mm shaft I had. So in the end I just ran a die down it. I know it was the wrong thing to do, but anyway, I could have just made it longer and put a center in it and stuffed around, but it's getting late in the day. I've sent it up here. I've got a 3.5mm drill, then I'll ram it out to 4mm. So we'll put this together. A bit too much. Miles too much. Oh, sugar. Get on there, you rotten sod. We only want half a drop. Just put a bit of that on there. Making more of a mess with this stuff than I ever do any good. There we go. Dainty little handle, isn't it? that go off for a while. Well, it's time to put it together, eh? On this pin I've put just a couple of little grooves just for some Loctite to sit in. So plan is, well, we only need on one side really, but don't need much. Oops, sorry about that. Just get that square in that. There's a little weight set in the back here. There we have it. Give it a bit of a wipe up first. Well, that's this project done, guys. Pretty happy with the result. I went a bit too nuts with the polish, I think, considering it's only going to sit in the toolbox and get scratched up to the, you know what. Now I did make this screw here. I went to make it out of stainless. I had 2 cracks at it, but I just kept getting a lot of deflection when I was single point threading it. I should have put a center in the end of it and then, you know, cut the end of it off later and got rid of the center mark out of the hole, but I didn't, so I just used a die, but it is a little bit loose in the thread, but it functions well. Functions really well actually. So where do I put my ruler now? This one will do. So we get roughly about 10 mil of height. So yeah, about 10 mil of adjustment, which is pretty good. What's that, 3/8? So yeah, I'm really happy. So thanks again to John Mills over at Double Boost. Go and check him out if you don't know him. Well, I dare say you would. If you watch me, you'd watch John. He was kind enough to pass the plans on, so he passed them on in metric and in imperial, so he's got both sets there. The fellow, I think by the name of Craig, somebody who drew the plans up, and Johnny, he's just made them available to anyone, so it's good. And they're easy plans to follow. Geez, if I can follow it, anyone can. Now, just for cosmetic reasons more than anything, I left the end mill marks in the end, just for something different, and the same in that end. I was pretty keen to polish the whole lot, but when I started looking at it, I went, well, it looks pretty cool there, just like that. So that's the reason they're like that. There is a few blemishes left in it. Like I wet and dried it, and then got the buffer going, pulled the motor off the belt sander, and made the poverty pack buffer. It works. So overall, fun build, easy build, and probably a really good tool to have. Probably going to come in handy in, you know, in times to come. Like I say, it won't get used much, but it's there when you want it. So it's not going to stay shiny like this either, I can guarantee you that. Won't be shiny for very long. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this build. Yeah, I don't know if someone wants the plans, leave it in the comments, and I'll send them out to you. Let me know in the comments if you want them, and yeah, I'll quite happily send them over to you, no dramas at all. So, fun build, guys, really fun, and a good tool to have. Anyway, thanks for coming along, and thanks to all my new subscribers for jumping on board. Don't forget, if you want stickers, get in touch with me. We'll get some stickers happening. Thanks, guys. Stay safe, and see you on the next build.